What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be planting up a few containers with all these gorgeous annuals I've got here. I'm really excited to do this because I've got a couple here that I haven't had much experience with, and by much I mean none. I've got Rockin' Playin' the Blues Salvia here and the Truffula Pink Gumfrina here. And believe it or not, I haven't grown these before. I have never been able to find them in nurseries around me. And I don't know why that is. Maybe I didn't look hard enough, or maybe I just looked too late. I don't know. But I finally got some, so we're gonna plant them. So we're gonna be doing these two big monster containers here. And I've got a couple of terracotta containers here that we're gonna pot up. I've already laid out how I want to do the blue containers. I don't want to do anything crazy, but I do want some impact. The Playin' the Blue Salvia does get about 3 to 4 feet high and about 18 to 24 inches wide. So I think this is going to act as kind of like my thriller and my filler. And I've got the, what do I have here? The Sweet Carolina light green sweet potato vine here, which can get about 18 inches high and trail about 2 to 3 feet tall. So this is kind of gonna act like my filler slash spiller. And I just kind of want to just do it simple, but I really like the color between the dark green foliage of the salvia and like the chartreuse lime green of the sweet potato vine. So I'm not gonna add any other plants in there. And then down here in these pots, I've got the Truffula Pink Gumfrina, and I've got some Supertunias and some sweet potato vine and just a whole bunch of stuff here that I'll show you in a minute. But what I want to do first is get these potted up. So I've already got soil in here. I just need to add some slow release fertilizer and then just pot these up. So here we go. And I'm using the Proven Winners Slow Release Granular Fertilizer. Gonna sprinkle it in. Oh. Get it all mixed in. And I didn't change the soil out in these two pots. They only had like a fig cutting in them each over the winter, so they really didn't use much nutrients or anything. So I just topped them off with some fresh potting soil, and now I'm just mixing in the fertilizer. And now we plant. Wow, can you see that root system? Let's get some sweet potatoes. Made a little bit of a mess here. But I got these two planted in, and now I'm just gonna push them off to the side, and we're gonna do these. Now we're gonna pot these 2 terracotta pots. And so for these, I was thinking I was gonna put the Truffula Pink Gomphrena in here as the thriller. And then I've got Super Tunia Royal Velvet and Super Tunia Vista Silverberry, which I was gonna use as kind of like a filler with a couple of the sweet potato vines. And I just thought all of that would be so pretty because you've got the deep dark from the Royal Velvet, but the Silverberry has little hints of pink in it, oops. And it'll kind of bring out, the Truffula Pink Gomphrena will bring out the pink in that. And I think those are just gonna go so nicely together. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna fill these up with soil. I'm gonna add my slow release fertilizer in, and then I'm just gonna plant them all in. Okay, these are done. 2 more. This next container is going to be a little bit of a mishmash. It's plastic, it's not terracotta. So I'm just going to recharge the soil a little bit. I'm going to add a little more soil in here and some more slow release fertilizer. And then I'm just going to plant a bunch of stuff. I was given a couple of these petunias that, let me see what they are, because I've never seen this one before. And I'm kind of excited about it, but I don't really have a whole bunch of stuff that'll go with it maybe, so we're just gonna kind of make it a smorgasbord of stuff. So this is not the right tag. This says Picola Blue Ice, but I don't think this is a blue ice. This looks more yellow with a purple throat. Okay. This is a surprise sparkle blue petunia, and yes it is. Look at that. I've never seen that before. I'm excited though. I did see though online, somebody planted one of these and I think maybe it got too warm or maybe it needed some food, but they started to turn all white. So I don't know if that'll happen, but we'll plant it and give it a whirl and see what happens. I also got this Kong Junior Scarlet Coleus. So I'm gonna plant this up too, and I think this actually is kind of matching a little. The yellow with the red, the dark red and the purple. I think that might be, this is on its own. And then I did pick up a few geraniums from a big box store on clearance. And I'm just gonna add these in here as like a pop of color. These, I don't know what color they are because they're not in bloom and the tag is generic on all of them, but I'm thinking they're pretty similar. So we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. And this is some leftover soil from the other pots. We're just going to use that. I'm going to add a little bit more fertilizer. Always the spoon. Give it a nice mix. Oh, that breeze feels good. Okay. I think this tiny little thing is just going to be my centerpiece because I know it will get like 2.5 feet tall, so we'll see. I think it'll work. It looks so little. Okay, so one thing I didn't mention about this is it's actually 2 separate petunia plants in one pot. So I'm just going to separate them and I'm just going to put one over here and one over here. These do look a little leggy too, so I don't know. But free is free. Okay, I've got one more thing to plant or pot up in this little pot. This is yarrow, and I don't know exactly what variety it is. When I looked it up, it said common yarrow. I have no idea what color it's going to bloom. This was given to us by Mo's sister, and I'm just going to pot it up and see what we get. And I have no idea what medium this is planted in. It looks like sand or clay. All right. It's like little yarrow starters. But this is kind of the cool thing too. Sometimes not knowing what you're gonna get. Borrowing from another pot. And it looks like there's 3 starters in here. So this eventually will probably need to be potted up. And then I don't know if I want to put it in the landscape just because I don't know if it's going to go crazy and spread or seed or just go everywhere. There we are. Clean up first. Here they are. Don't they look great? Oh my gosh, I love all the colors. Ugh, I cannot wait for these all to fill in. Ugh. Okay, so let me recap for you. The two big blue containers, I just recharged the soil and topped it off. I added some slow release fertilizer to it. And in the center, we've got the Rockin' Plain the Blue salvia, surrounded by three sweet potato vines, Sweet Caroline light green. That's what I used. And then in the center right here, this is our little mishmash of plants and annuals. I've got some petunias here that I'm not 100% sure of the name because the tag was wrong. Same thing with the geraniums. I'm just hoping that I've got matching ones. I put two geraniums in here and then a petunia and then a couple more geraniums and then this sparkle purple petunia, which I've never really seen before, but I think it's just crazy what it looks like. And then right in the center, we've got that coleus, which I know this gets about 2.5 feet to 3 feet tall. So eventually this thing will come up and then that'll be our thriller, and we've got our fillers, and the petunias can be the spillers, and I think that'll be an interesting one. And then over here, these two containers, we've got the Truffula Pink Gumfrina as our thriller. And then over here, we've got the Royal Velvet Supertunias, Supertunia Vista Silver Berry, and then more of the sweet potato vine here. So this will be our thriller. These will be our fillers and our spillers. And there they are. And then this little baby right here, this is the yarrow that Mo's sister gave us. And so I just potted it up and I will see what it does. I have no idea what color it is, what flower color it's gonna bloom, but I kind of like that anticipation of what's to come. But I just think they look so good. I'm really excited to see this one because it's simple, but it's got a lot of color. The dark purple of the bloom, the green from the leaf, and then this bright lime chartreuse from the sweet potato vine. And then it all is just playing against the blue of the container. So yeah, quite the variety here. Now all I gotta do is find a place for all these containers because our patio and our driveway now are turning into a landing strip for everything. Let me show you real quick what's going on here. Here's the patio, and we've got all of the shrubs and everything taken out from the front and the side landscape beds, and they're just kind of hanging out here, but I'm definitely trying to figure out where I'm gonna start putting everything because I really need to get everything back in the ground. But again, we're waiting on the contractors to kind of do their thing. Oh, and look at this lettuce, you guys. There's like 6 or 7 heads of lettuce in here, and I'm gonna have to start harvesting these soon because I don't want them to bolt. And I've also put in a dill here that I'm just kind of letting go crazy. Anyways, so that is the back patio. Now let's go over to the driveway. Oh, I love this, by the way. Here is what the driveway is looking like right now. This is actually a future project and a future video very soon. Limelight hydrangeas, sweet romance lavenders, veronicas, salvias, perennial salvias, nepitas. Can you believe all of these were on the clearance racks? I know. I'm just stunned. They need a little bit of TLC and they will rebound, but I kind of like rescuing plants and seeing if I can kind of bring them back to their full glory. And that is definitely going to be a video that I'm going to film for you guys because it's fun. But yeah, you can see I'm kind of running out of places to put things. You'll also notice too on the front porch the 2 wooden barrel containers. I moved one down here and I popped one all the way down on the retaining wall over there because I totally forgot that this crepe myrtle here kind of ends up blocking some of the sun here. So I don't think they were getting a lot of sun or enough sun, but I just put them right there for now, and you know, it's just going to be part of the whole musical chairs game, but I kind of like it. So yeah, and I'm taking you guys along with me. I also did want to mention too, I am going to be going in here weekly with a water-soluble fertilizer and fertilizing them in because these are annuals and they are feeders. They are hungry and they need those nutrients to continuously bloom and perform throughout the season. So I am going to be using the Proven Winners water-soluble fertilizer once a week, and they will be happy and hopefully blooming their heads off. And everything I used today I will link in the description box below. And that's it for this video. Thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.